This is episode 330 on the 24th of February 2020. Of course, the hype around the day and night test match continues to build. But before that, let's start this beautiful Wednesday afternoon episode with this song. A song which holds true for all tuition centers and its students. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control, no dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teachers, leave them kids alone. Hey, teachers, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control, no dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teachers, leave them kids alone. Hey, teachers, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. So, those who don't know, the India-England pink ball overhyped test match starts this afternoon. And as always, the team winning the toss is batting first. England has won the toss, is batting first. And I'm not surprised by the 11 players chosen by the Indian team. Nothing surprising. All they have done is brought in Washington Sundar, dropped Kuldeep Yadav, and got in Jasprit Bumrah, the local boy, instead of Mohammad Siraj. So there are 3 or 4 local boys playing. Akshar Patel, the local boy, Bumrah, the local boy, Pujara, the local guy. So 3 local boys playing, as England has brought in Johnny Bairstow to make the batting more strengthened, along with Jofra Archer, Anderson and Broad, and then Stokes as the fourth bowler, along with Jack Leach as the spinner. So 4 fast bowlers and 3 spinners, or rather 4 and 3/4 bowlers, because Ben Stokes will get a chance to bowl, obviously, but he will always be a 3/4 bowler. In fact, it's the other way around. It will be 4 fast bowlers and the spinner will be used in the 3/4 way. So let's look at the team. Rohit Sharma, Gill, Pujara, Kohli, Rahane, Pant, Ashwin, Patel, Sundar, Ishant Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah. So 3 spinning all-rounders and the 2 fast bowlers. And on the other hand, England has got 2 all-rounders in Ben Stokes. Only Ben Stokes as the all-rounder, and others are fast bowlers. But if you look at England's team, they have batting till number 10 along with Stuart Broad. Now, of course, win the toss, bat first, and you don't have to make 500 runs. Let me tell you, this match will be over even before it starts. It will be over in the next 3 days. And then the most disheartening part was the repeat of the 36. Every one talking about the 36, the repeat. Will it happen again? Will 36 be repeated again? Let me tell you, in India, the ball doesn't swing, doesn't seam. It's all about the wickets are flat. The wickets are always of substandard quality. But let's see what happens. Of course, you are bowling first, which means you will have to chase a target in the 4th innings. That's the way this sport is played. But before that, let's take a short break. Ishant Sharma sprinting and he will be bowling to Dom Sibley. The first ball, a bit of bounce and it goes into the keeper's gloves. And of course, Rishabh Pant, who had been receiving so much of praise with his keeping, well, every pseudo critic and every half wicket keeper who ever played for India will be keeping an eye on how he keeps. Of course, this one swung, the first ball swung far away from the batter, and it will be interesting as to how this game pans out. The ground looks impressive in the sense that it's bigger than most Indian grounds, at least 70-80 meter boundaries. Next ball, another swing, and of course swing comes into contention, and if that is the case, then the discussion will be, imagine how Broad, Anderson, Archer and Stokes, the four fast bowlers, will utilize their skill sets in this ground. Yes, India are not in a good position because you are bowling first. Well, I don't know how things like toss make a difference. This debate on toss is quite interesting, and I am not going to agree with all that debate, but let's go along with this. And the whole 36 scenario, it's not happening again. That was a fluke. So 2 balls, no run, Ishant to Crawley, edged and one bounce straight to gully. So 3 balls, 0 runs, and already the pitch is showing signs of how this thing will happen. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Good bounce, played it with soft hands, and it went straight to, means there will be bounce and carry on this pitch. If that's how we're going to look at this, bounce, carry, it means the spinners will have a good fun on this wicket. I'm not surprised they didn't go with Hardik Pandya. There was a decision between Pandya and Sundar as Ishan bowls. 4th ball, another one which carries nicely to the keeper. So 4 balls and nice carry, nice bounce, which means England bowlers must be thinking, please make 300. And remember, if England go on to win this, England will be 2-1 ahead. And if England win the next one, or if the next one is drawn, then Australia go through to the World Test Championship. And talking about going through, let's talk about something else. As I said, the Elimination Chamber match which happened had a lot of twists and turns. First, Drew McIntyre overcomes 5 other former world champions to win. And then comes The Miz, cashes in his Money in the Bank contract. This one didn't bounce at all. So Miz cashed in his Money in the Bank contract. Defeated Miz, went on to secure another WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But there's a caveat. And now he will face a former champion in Bobby Lashley for the World Championship. And by the looks of it, Bobby Lashley might just go on to win that given his heel turn. And for me, the careers of Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns are on a similar wavelength, because Roman Reigns turned heel this year. He has an associate in Paul Heyman whose guidance, counseling, whatever you may call, turned his career around, and he is no longer that guy who waits for opportunities. He creates opportunities, as is the definition of the heel turn. No longer a baby face, compared to how Rishabh Pant has been put forward as the baby face of the team. But one day there could be a big heel turn coming from one of these players. Just wait and watch. So continuing on the WWE World Heavyweight title, it's The Miz versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which is very important to understand. Now, coming back to this particular match, yes, things are going to be very interesting. And I'm looking forward to see as to how the two teams manage this. It's going to be a very interesting story as Bumrah comes into bowl to Don Sibley, and this time once again good bounce and he lets it go. On the other hand, as far as the title for the Universal Championship is concerned, Daniel Bryan went on to win the Elimination Chamber match. And Roman Reigns didn't take too long to defeat him because Daniel Bryan was already spent as far as being in the Elimination Chamber match for over 35 to 40 minutes as Bumrah steams in towards Sibley. This time they let it go. Smartly done by both the batter and the bowler. So moving on, now Edge versus Roman Reigns is finalized. But the question is, if Bobby Lashley goes on to win the WWE World Heavyweight title, who will be his opponent? Will Drew McIntyre, who lost the match due to the cashing in of the Money in the Bank contract, will he face Bobby Lashley again? Remember, it was Bobby Lashley who took advantage of exhausted Drew McIntyre to allow Miz to cash in, and therefore that is a result of a Lashley Miz match. As the third ball, once again, the batter lets it go straight to the keeper. Well, this doesn't really put me in any kind of a stress. Of course, pink ball, day and night match, a 2:30 p.m. start, which means, but I'm surprised as to how the sessions are divided. You have your dinner break at 4:30, and this one swung a lot as good work by the keeper. The interesting part is India played their first day and night test match at Calcutta, one of the poorest substandard wickets in the entire country, along with Delhi. Then they played against Bangladesh, a good team, but when you say Bangladesh and when you say England, you already know what is the difference in quality. So Bangladesh ranked 7 or 8, England ranked number 3, and then you're playing in a newly built stadium with all the attributes of England, New Zealand, Australia ground, as this ball also goes away. So 11 balls, no runs, as is expected to be done. So the question will be how many runs. I think even 200 will be good enough. You make 200, you get a lead of 30-40 runs, that's good enough. And this match won't go more than 3.5 days, looking at how the things are. Of course, 2 overs, no wickets taken, and already the nervous signs will start coming in from the pseudo experts as Bumrah bowls the last ball of the second over. He defends 2 overs, 0 runs. So welcome back to the match as 2 overs, 0. The match progresses because this match will have an influence on
giant complex. The stadium is
the final of the World Heavyweight for the World Test Championship. Well, it's a heavyweight clash, of course, so it could be for the World Heavyweight Test Championship. So it will be very, very interesting as to how this match pans out. A very, very interesting situation, but let's just calm down and enjoy the match. So far, 8 balls, no runs, nothing to worry about. As Ishan bowls to Crawley, a Yorker, he defends. So 14 balls, 0 runs, nothing much so far. Let's take a short break. So welcome back after the break as Ishan steams in, this time flicked away down the leg side, and the first runs for England through a leg bye. So 2.5 overs, 1 run, 0 wicket, and it's a no ball. Can you believe that? So 2 runs without much of an effort. And is that a no ball? No, well, I don't agree if that's a no ball. No, that's not a no ball. That's a poor call by the video umpire. That's an absolute pathetic call. But let's see what happens.
It's 14:45.
As Ishan waits, steaming in. And of course, the debate will be, will this pitch help spinners? Will this pitch help the fast bowlers? When you have 3 spinners and 2 fast bowlers, it's an edge and the first wicket, bit of bounce. And as expected, a good bounce, good carry straight to Rohit Sharma, and India get the first wicket in this match. And if Ishan can do this, imagine what will Archer, Broad, Anderson do. And the only reason England are going with 3 fast bowlers, or rather 4 fast bowlers and half a spinner, is simply because they have the cushion of Ben Stokes. Though Ben Stokes did not bowl in the last match, maybe he didn't want Ben Stokes to be tired, the coach and the captain, and said that you can wait and you will bowl in the pink ball test as far as the night conditions are concerned. So Ben Stokes not bowling much in the first 2 matches could have been a tactic to preserve his energy for this match and the 4th match. And despite this series at 1-all, what the convention is that England are not out of this tournament, because you win here, you win the next one, you win 4-1, and you are into the World Test Championship for a heavyweight clash. But anything is possible. India wins this match. Well, can they? Yes, they can. Nobody is denying that. If India win, they are in the finals. And of course, even if the captain says that a position in the World Test Championship final is not crucial, the pressure is on, as at number 3 walks a slightly competent batsman. Remember, England had dropped Rory Burns and they have filled their team with lot of right-handers. Now it's up to Bairstow and Crawley. Bairstow, a guy who can score fast. He has the ability to score fast because he opens in the 50 over and the 20 over matches, and he was rested for the first 2 games. But if they can, Bairstow is the cushion before they go into Root, Ollie Pope, Ben Foakes. So let's see if Bairstow will be a bigger wicket than Root. Yes, Root is good, but if you want to get to Root, you have to go through either. If Bairstow survives for another, I'm telling you, looking at how the 15 balls, 16 balls have been so far, it's a simple contention. This match is not going beyond 2.5, 3 days. India could be batting by the end of today as Bairstow bowls who lets it go. You never know. England could be 200 for 9 by the end of the session. And they may not be scoring more than 2 runs per over. And another no ball. Another poor decision by the video umpire. Well, this time he seems to have made a slightly correct call because, and Virat Kohli says, let's have a free hit. I agree, there should be free hits in 5-day matches. Why not? Why not add some? Why be so skipped in tradition and anyways, let's get ready. Bairstow, Ishant steaming in bowling to Bairstow. This time it defends, bit of bounce. So 16 balls, 3 runs. No batter looks comfortable as the first wicket fell. Had this been in Delhi or any other ground, it would have not even gone to the fielder. So which means the fast bowlers will play an important role, and did India err by not going with the third fast bowler, more specifically Hardik Pandya. But they had to go. Had they gone with 3 fast bowlers and had the 2 spinners got a lot of spin and bounce, then the debate would have been we needed 3 spinners, and now they have gone with 3 spinners and 2 fast bowlers. And if the ball swings, seams, then once again the question will be, this time bit of swing and Bairstow defends nicely. The debate will be, why not go with the third fast bowler? But have not England also packed the team with all-rounders, especially Ben Stokes along with Archer? Yes, they have only one all-rounder, which means you get another wicket and then you are into the all-rounders. That is the keeper and Ben Stokes, which means Ollie Pope, Ben Foakes are going to be very, very important. Let's wait for the final ball of this over. 3 for 1, 1 for 3, 1 wicket for 3 runs in 17 balls with 2 no balls. As we get ready, and all the runs have come off extras, and this time the ball swings but it dies down on the way to the keeper. And now let's take a short break. So let's get ready for the 4th over. 3 for 1 after 3 overs, 18 balls, 3 runs, all 3 runs of extras. Remember that no batter has scored runs off the bat. All the runs have come through no balls and byes, which is, let's see. As Bumrah gets ready, a bit of swing, and this time it's flicked away by Crawley, and the outfield will take the ball to the boundary. Just a push of the bat. Now, how Rohit Sharma would have enjoyed batting on this flat wicket. Yes, it will be a flat wicket. It will help bowlers. It was a good ball swinging in. All the batter did was defend, and it just sped away on this lush green. It was just a push of the bat and it sped away. So the first boundary of the match. And this time the ball swings and nicely collected by the keeper. So 7 for 1 after 3.3 overs. I'm surprised it was not given a wide. It was a close call. As we see, just a push, it means the batting, it will be good for batting as always, the afternoon session, and then when the match goes into the twilight and the night session, it will be difficult to bat. This time, plays it away, single taken, and England are 8 for 1 after 3.4 overs. So 3 for 1 after 3.5 overs, 21 balls, 8 runs with a boundary. Well, it will be a close match. It will be a literal test for the batters because it's not going to be easy for the batters to survive these afternoon conditions. And I can tell you, it is a possibility that England could be bowled out in the next couple of sessions and India could be batting in the night session. It is a distinct possibility as Bairstow gets ready to face Bumrah, the fourth ball. This time, was that an edge? Looking at the reactions from the keeper, the bowler, and the batter, and the keeper who was praised so much in the last match, was that an edge? I won't call it a drop. If it's a drop, then it's very harsh on the keeper to call it a drop. But it was because the ball deviated off the bat and it was going down. We would be harsh if you no edge, no edge, no, not a drop, not a drop. Good. This time flicks it away, but it was a difficult take because the ball was going low on his shin pads. So not a drop. Well done. It was really close the way the ball swung and seemed, and Anderson and Broad must be saying, give us the ball. Let us enjoy these moments. This match could be over in 2 days and we could be flying and having a world heavyweight test World Cup with New Zealand. This time he lets the ball go, ends the over, 4 gone, 1 for 8. Ishan gets ready to bowl to Crawley, who defends nicely, so 8 for 1 after 4.1 overs. So far, a good job done by England. Eight for 1 after 4.1 overs. A very interesting start and a very cautious start. And let's get ready. Let's see how Ishan will bowl the 26th ball of the match. And let's also add some interest in this particular match by reading from Sherlock Holmes. As the ball goes past the bat and you can sleep, and even after half an hour the score will be 8 for 1. Excuse me, said he, turning to Colonel Ross, who had looked at him in some surprise. I was daydreaming. There was a gleam in his eyes and a suppressed excitement in his manner which convinced me, used as I was to his ways, that his hand was upon a clue, though I could not imagine where he had found it. Perhaps you would prefer at once to go on to the scene of the crime, Mr. Holmes, said Gregory. I think that I should prefer to stay here a little as the ball goes past the bat, no runs. I think I should would prefer to stay here a little and go into one or two questions of detail. Straker was brought back here. I presume, yes, he lies upstairs. The inquest is tomorrow. He has been in your service some years, Colonel Ross. I have always found him an excellent servant. I presume that you made an inventory of what he had in his pockets at the time of his death, Inspector, as Ishan gets ready to bowl the fourth ball of the fifth over, 28th ball. I should be. I have the things, and this time a push, and the ball will reach the boundary, and this will be something which the Indians will want to do, which means they want to get England out by the end of the day, which means around 8 9 o'clock, and then resume batting tomorrow and let Gill and Rohit Sharma enjoy the morning session. As this was a full pitch delivery, and the batter said, "Thank you so much." Just a push of the bat past a wicket mid-on region and to the boundary for 4. I have the things themselves in the sitting room if you would care to see them. I should be very glad. We all filed into the front room and sat around the central table while the inspector unlocked a square tin box and laid a small heap of things before us. This time flicked away and the same result.
It's
Once
15
again, the
hours.
ball swung, but the ball hit the bat and another boundary, and Jack Tolly is enjoying this moment. There was a box of Vestas, 2 inches of tallow candle, and ADP briar root pipe, a pouch of sealskin with half an ounce of long cut Cavendish, a silver watch with a gold chain, 5 sovereigns in gold, an aluminium pencil case, a few papers, and an ivory handled knife with a very delicate, inflexible blade marked Wise and Co. London, as we get ready for the final ball of the fifth over. This time it's flicked away and they will come back for 2. And good running will get them 2 runs. And after 5 overs, a good start by England. It's 1 for 18. Let's take a short break. So welcome back after the break as Bumrah steams in, bowling to Bairstow who will enjoy batting on this wicket. It's flicked away off the pads, on the pads, and score moves on to 1 for 19 after 5.1 overs. "This is a very singular knife," said Holmes, lifting it up and examining it minutely. "I presume, as I see blood stains upon it, that it is the one which was found in the dead man's grasp. Watson, this knife is surely in your line. It is what we call a cataract knife." As Bumrah steams in, this time flicked straight to gully, no runs. And this ends episode number 330 on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon on the 24th of February 2021, as England after 5.5 overs are 1 for 19.
For more awesome content, tune in to the next episode of the weekly show with other.